What's up? It's JusNik WBLS, and I'm excited about this conversation I'm about to have with three-time Grammy Award-winning singer, songwriter, actor, phenomenal actor at that.
I'll take that.
Neyo is in the building.
What's going on, love?
Yeah, you are a great actor.
I would take that. I'll take that. I'm still learning, but yeah, I ain't too shabby.
Yeah.
I'm in a good space.
Well, I'm happy to have you here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
And you're very busy.
Yeah.
I know you're in the tri-state in New York. You know, shout out to Mary J. Blige.
Yes.
For my fans tour is going on.
Legendary Mary J. Blige. Shout out to Mario as
Absolutely.
well. Yeah, man. We've been on the road since January, and it's been a hell of a run. Definitely has.
Yeah. Well, you have a lot of hits, so you have to condense everything when you're doing your
Yeah.
show. Is it a medley?
Yeah. I mean, it's 40 minutes of walking down memory lane a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We go from the past to the present. You know, I got one new joint that I only one new joint in my whole little rundown. Then everything else is, you know, the songs that you've known and loved over the last 20 some odd years.
Yeah. Congratulations on that.
Appreciate it.
You've done so much. What would you name this part of your life? What would you call it?
Unapologetic, for real, because there was definitely an era of my life where I thrived off of the validation of people. You know, and as an artist, it's kind of what it is to be an artist. You know, like you put your music out there. You know, for a lot of artists, you know, not all, but for a lot of artists, your music is basically an extension of you. So for a person to say that they don't like your song, they don't like your music, is almost like them saying they don't like you as a person. You know, at least that's how a lot of artists take it. So yeah, for a long time I was very much concerned about what people thought about me or what people thought about what I was doing. You know, if they liked it, if they approved more so. And now it's like, pardon my French, but the hell with all y'all. Like I genuinely am in a place now where my happiness and the happiness of the people in my immediate circle, my children, my family, that's the only happiness that I'm concerned with. Don't get me wrong. If you are a fan and you are in a positive space, I'm rocking with you. You know, the door is open for that. But if you are in a negative space and have decided to stay in a negative space, because again, it's a choice. You choose to be negative every day. Every day you wake up, you are given the option to go a positive route or a negative route. And if you are one of these people choosing to go a negative route, all right, well, I ain't got no time and energy for you. I don't even have energy to dislike you, because that takes energy too.
Yes, it does.
And at 45 years old, energy is very important. So I'm not finna waste none on somebody that has made the decision to just be negative. Like, all right, well, you go over there and be negative. And meanwhile, on this side of the fence, we all gonna smile and
We
hold
having a
hands
good
and
time
sing
over
songs.
here.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
what
that.
we
That's called maturity.
do. Indeed.
So shout out to you for
Indeed.
the evolution and the growth.
Yeah.
9 albums in, right?
Yeah.
Whew, that's a lot of work.
It's a beautiful thing. It is. It's a fickle business. You know that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So me and my friend, he's in the industry, and we were having an argument about how many classic albums you have. Now, I don't know if he was being a hater. He said 2.5. I said he's got 4 plus.
Okay.
4
Okay.
plus. What would you say is your greatest work?
My greatest work. My greatest work to date, because I don't have a prime. I'm just gonna get better and better and better.
Absolutely.
But my greatest work to date, probably. Okay, so there's 3 albums that I was super duper proud of when we finished.
Let me see if it's the ones I was saying.
In my own words, of course, my first
Yes.
one. You know, just there was just a level of freedom in the regard to putting that album together that I honestly haven't felt since till now. To be honest, I'm an independent artist now, so it's that freedom is back mine again. So in my own words, You're the Gentleman
Yes.
and nonfiction. Nonfiction is those are the 3 that I was the most proud of. Not to say that I wasn't happy with the other ones, but being a part of the machine,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to listen to and cater to opinions that you don't always so much respect. So it's like, I wouldn't have put that song on the album, but because the A&R felt like that was really one, it goes on the album type situation. You know, just in the name of me being a team player, it's like,
Right.
all right, excuse me, I'm signed to this record label. Let me let this person do their job. I don't so much think that this song is better than that song, but you know, we put it to a vote and everybody voted for that song, so all right, that song goes on the album. Situations like that
Right.
with a lot of my other albums. And now as an independent artist, by choice, mind you, ain't nobody kicked me off no label. I left on my own.
He won his money.
Listen,
all of it.
That 80%, I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to that now. But as an independent artist now, there are literally maybe 4 opinions that I just genuinely and truly respect.
Yeah.
And those are the only people that I have to run my music by before I just go ahead and do what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
And that is, I can't even explain. There is no price that I could put on what that freedom is worth. Like just that peace of mind is worth. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. It really is.
Because of You was one of my favorite albums.
Because of You was good.
Do you feel like it was more like they're telling you what songs to play? Cause
a little bit. And mind you, it was because, so, the first time it came out, it did very, very well. So, everybody's talking about sophomore jinx and the people in the building are like, all right, we did it right one time. Let's not slip. I think, and then all of a sudden everybody has an opinion. Whereas in the beginning, people kind of kept their opinions to themselves. It was like, so mind you, when I got my deal, Mario's Let Me Love You had already happened. Right. And everybody knew me as that, the cat that wrote the Mario song. That was my name in the building for like the first few months I was here. So they knew that I could do it for somebody else. They weren't sure if I could do it for myself. So I guess the first album was kind of like, all right, let's see what he's gonna do. Once they saw it happen, and everybody gets, the record label gets the praise for finding the next superstar, whatever the case may be.
Yes.
So second album comes around and they're like, all right, we cannot slip. So, all right, well, I think that this. Well, I think this. Well, I think this. So I went from having 2 A&Rs to like 7.
Wow.
Out of nowhere. Everybody has some input. And again, in the name of trying to be a team player, I'm trying to listen to what everybody thinks should happen. So I'm trying to appease everybody. It's the Libra in me. I've long since curbed that situation. But at one point, I was very much a people pleaser.
Yeah.
So because of You, there were a few songs on there that I didn't so much feel like should have been on there. But again, just trying to be a team player.
Yeah.
I was like, so, and mind you, that kind of started a trend in the building now. It's like now everybody felt like they had the right to say something in regard to my music. People that don't even listen to my damn music.
Wow.
Like, you sit behind the desk all day. How you gonna tell me what my music's supposed to sound like? But because you've been given this title, all right, well, I guess I got to listen to you too now. Huh? That type of thing. So, again, it just puts a bigger magnifying glass on how beautiful it is for me to be an independent artist.
Absolutely, and congratulations to you on that.
Thank you.
Now, when you was hitting them with those back-to-backs, because those first 3 albums, people were saying you could be the next MJ. Have you heard that?
I have, and it would scare the hell out of me every time I heard it, just because those are huge shoes to fill, and I was confident, but not as confident as I perhaps should have been in the realm of that. It's like I don't know if I can live up to that. You have your own personal fears and insecurities, and then other people would put their fears on you if you let them. And back then I would let people put their fears on me, tell me what they felt like wasn't gonna work, based off of their own experiences, when in actuality nobody can really tell you what's gonna work and what's not. They can tell you what happened to them. They can't tell you what's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's another thing that I've picked up over time is just because somebody has been where you're trying to go and it didn't work out for them does not mean it's not gonna work out for you. It didn't work out for them.
Facts.
They can only speak on their own experience. They can't tell you what your experience is gonna be.
Facts.
So I'm not saying don't listen to nobody's advice. I'm saying make more so important your gut and what it is that you feel. Like, don't let nobody talk you off your dream. Like, don't let nobody do that. Don't let nobody put their fears on you. So it was a lot of that going on, and it kind of, another thing that happened is just the business side of the music business just started really messing up the music for me. It's like, okay, whereas before we go to the studio and just kind of do what felt good, now we in the studio like, all right guys, we need a pop record. All right, guys, we need the radio friendly.
Yep.
We need the the urban AC. We need all of these.
We gotta match this.
Yeah,
energy,
and it's like we did this one did this much, so the next one got to do this much, and it's like all of those different things take away from the moment. Like, we need to be creating new moments, not trying to recreate an old moment. We need another So Sick. No, we don't. We need whatever the next moment is going to be.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it was. Yeah, I let a lot of those things mess me up a little bit. Somewhere in the middle there, but I kind of had to sit back and realize why I do music in the first place. I never got into music to be famous. I didn't get into music to get rich. I got into music because I was gonna do it anyway.
Right.
There was no option for me. It's like if there was no money in music, I would be a garbage man and an artist. You know what I mean? It was that's just what it was gonna be. So. Yeah.
But your pen game is immaculate.
Well, thank you.
And is it true I read somewhere that Because of You was originally for Michael?
No, not for Michael. Definitely inspired by Michael, clearly. No, the songs that I did for Michael are sitting in an archive waiting for me to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with them.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. It's one of those things where, mind you, I've gotten some great ideas in regard to what I should do with these records. There's roughly about 6 of them are complete, but there's 8 in total. The other 2 are not completely done. And people have said everything from put them out and give the proceeds to charity, maybe give them to Janet, so maybe do them with Janet. And all of these are great ideas, but every time I sit and listen to these records, all of a sudden none of those ideas feel right. It don't feel right for me to put out music that was meant for him. It don't feel right for me to give away music that was meant for him. And mind you, I know that the world needs to hear this music. I know that I gotta get out of my own head, I guess.
You do,
yeah.
Because I'm very intrigued to hear
a lot of people
songs,
are. A lot of people are.
Yeah, maybe keep sitting on that and see what comes
I'm working
about
out
that.
Just a little patience. I'm working out.
So, have you ever written a song that you felt like you should have kept, or was it a song that you made for somebody else that you did keep for yourself and it did what it needed to do?
I will say this: if I create a song for you as an artist, and I know what it is, or at least I have an idea of what I think it is, and you don't see the vision, and you decide not to do nothing with it, and I keep it, and then it becomes a hit. I mean, I guess that's where we're supposed to wind up. I have definitely given songs to artists, and then later on felt like, man, I probably should have held on.
Any song in particular?
So taking nothing from the artists themselves.
For sure.
But there was a song that I did for Luke James. Luke James is an amazing singer. Really, really super dope artist. Shouts to Luke James. The song that I gave him initially was in a slightly higher tone than he was comfortable with singing, right? So in order for him to sing it, we had to drop it down a couple notes,
right? So
to put it in a comfortable place for him. And what we didn't realize at the time is that taking the song from the key that it was originally written in into a lower key took a lot of energy from the song and kind of made it sound like something different.
For sure.
So it didn't exactly work the way it probably would have had I just kept it for myself and kept it where it was supposed to be. Again, taking nothing from Luke James, because again, dude is amazing. He's absolutely amazing. Shouts to Luke James. But yeah, that's one time where I'm like, damn, all right, probably should have just wrote something else for him as opposed to trying to,
Yeah, I can imagine that's hard because you have a vision and a sound that you hear.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh man, like I know if it was in this key, it would have.
It would have did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, you dropped the key, the energy kind of dipped, and it just didn't feel the same no more.
So you've written a lot of music.
Indeed.
I'm pretty sure that you probably can't remember everything you've written.
Man, listen, we have archives on top of archives on top of archives, hundreds of thousands of songs. Some stuff you've heard bits and pieces of, because nothing is useless. You can use everything for something. So say I write a song, and for whatever reason it doesn't exactly make the sense that I want it to make. Okay, just because it don't make sense with this particular song, this line right here. This is a bar. I'm going to take this and put it in this song over here. Or this hook is dope. I'm going to take this hook and give it to this rapper or whatever the case. So everything is used for something.
Right. What's a line that you've written that you're secretly most proud of?
Secretly most proud of?
She was like, yo, I did that.
I love the way that Irreplaceable was received. And I love the lesson that I learned through that song. That song taught me that the message and the messenger are equally important. It was so the song is based off of a story, a true story about one of my aunts, one of the aunts that I grew up in a house with, my mother, sister, grandmother, 5 aunts, and me, right? So the story is about one particular aunt who, always had a new boyfriend every month type situation. So it's her story. I took the story and tried to flip it like it was my story, right? So when we were finished with the song, when I say we, I mean myself and Stargate. Shout out to Stargate. We knew that we had something, but something didn't feel right. Like something still felt kind of off. I was like, all right, well, is it the lyrics? No, it's not the lyrics. Is it the beat? No, the beat is stupid. Is it my voice? No, you singing on that thing. What is it? So we finally realized, okay, this message is going to come across in a more positive light if a woman sings it. If a man sings,
That's
I
true.
can have another you in a minute.
That's true. You got heat.
In a minute. Yeah, like my fan base would have beat me up because of that. Oh no, I'm good. But for a woman to sing, I can have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. It's empowering.
It's
like, I'm not finna let you make me sad because you ain't realized the good thing that you had in me, and it becomes that. So once we realized that, we shopped it to a few different female artists.
So who could have had it?
Who
could have had it? Come on, Neyo.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say. I will say this: it's some names that you know. It's some artists that you're definitely familiar with. And I mean, I can't fault them for what they didn't see. Not everybody has.
They
the same
shot it
vision.
down.
They did. They said no.
Oh
thank you.
no!
They didn't get it.
Big
they
regret.
didn't understand.
Big regret.
Huge regret. I'm assuming. But then again, I look at it like this: if it hadn't gone to Beyonce, who's to say that it would have became the same hit?
Exactly.
So much love to Beyonce for turning that song into the hit we all know and love.
Yeah, that's that was for you. That was for you. So, what's a song that you thought should have blown up, but it didn't do what you thought?
I kind of don't think like that. I kind of just let things happen the way they're gonna happen, because I realize that I can only see through my eyes. I can only hear with my ears, right? Your ears and your eyes are different than mine, and that's true about everybody on the face of the planet. So just because I feel like it should be something, don't necessarily mean that that's what everybody else is gonna feel.
Right.
So if it didn't happen that way, all right, then I was wrong about what I felt like should happen, and it didn't happen that way. I also feel like there is no such thing as a coincidence or an accident. If it didn't go, there's a reason it didn't go. It maybe wasn't supposed to go. If it did go, that's not a coincidence. That's not an accident. It was meant to go. So
For sure.
I just kind of that's why you can't go in the studio and say, today I'm gonna write a hit. Because you have no idea. There's so many elements as to why something becomes a hit or why it doesn't. There's songs where I've sat in the studio for months tinkering and perfecting, right? And then I play it for somebody and they go, oh, that's cool. And then songs that I get in there and knock out in 2 minutes. The vocal is all over the place. The beat is halfway done and then like, yo,
Yep.
That's the smash. I'm like, are you joking?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
When I talk to a lot of people, and most of them sound surprised when they're like, that I didn't think it was going to do what it did.
Man.
It's the one you least expect is like, dang.
Yeah. There's something to be said about trying too hard. You know what I mean? Like anything that's supposed to be, and this is one man's opinion. I have to always say that because I don't want people to get mad. Well, actually, I don't give a damn. Get mad. Anyway, no. I feel like anything that is supposed to be is going to require very little effort.
You can use that in life.
Yeah, it's going to just be. Anything that's for you, you're not going to have to step out your character to get it. You're not going to have to go above and beyond for it. Now, that's not to say don't try. That's not to say don't put forth effort for things. But it's not going to be so much effort to where you feel like you have to be somebody or not, or do something that just is completely outside of who you are. The things that are for you will not pass you by, or at least that's how I've lived my life up to this point.
I agree.
And I can honestly say that I'm happy with everything that has happened. I've heard things like, you're underrated, you should be bigger and all of that. I'm like, big? Wow.
You are big though.
I mean, I'm not complaining. These are things that I've heard from people. Like, you should be where Beyonce is at. Why? You know what? No disrespect to Beyonce. Beyonce has earned every right to be the megastar that she is. But the difference between me and Beyonce is Beyonce can't go to Taco Bell. I can go to Taco Bell. I can walk in Taco Bell, get me a taco, eat my taco, maybe take a picture with the person behind the counter, and then go on about my business. If Beyonce walked in Taco Bell,
right,
they're going to shut Taco Bell down.
So you don't want that
kind
of life.
Pandemonium outside Taco Bell. I don't need that. I'm the kind of cat that like to go to Target. Well, not Target right now. Sorry. I'm the kind of cat that like to go to the store and buy my own drawers.
Right.
That's me. Like I don't want to be, you know, for lack of a better term, a slave to my success. It's like I can't move the way I want to move because I've gotten so famous and so big.
Right.
I've never wanted that.
Yeah.
Never wanted that.
That could be overwhelming.
I can imagine. I can imagine. I again, much love to Beyonce. You have earned all of it. But I can imagine it being a little frustrating, a little aggravating sometimes, where it's like you just wanna be sometimes and you kind of can't. You know?
Yeah. You have a new single called "Show Me."
Yes.
I saw the video. I love it. So tell me about it.
So I got the honor and pleasure of shooting that video in Thailand, which is really, really dope. I've been to Thailand a couple of times. It's a beautiful place. So the video kicks off. We actually got to shoot it at one of the oldest suit stores in Thailand. It's a historic suit store out there. The young lady behind the counter sees me walk in. You know, she's clearly taken by the kids. So she's fitting me for a suit 1 second, and then the next second we're like rolling through the streets of Thailand. She's kind of showing me the sights of Thailand, and you know, from there things get a little hot and heavy. And at the end of the video, she wakes up and it was all a dream. Yeah. Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. So is there like a new album coming soon? You just teasing your fans?
Like, no. I'm definitely in the process of putting together a new album. So this is not a complaint. This is an observation because it is a blessing. But we've been on the road damn near 3 years at this point. Like, you know, it was like jumping from one tour to another tour to another tour. We did a domestic and international tour of my own, the Champagne and Roses tour last year. And then at the top of this year, turned around and jumped right back on this tour.
Wow.
So does not leave a lot of time for me to get in the studio, which has been the problem as of late. Just find the time to get in the studio and really lock in. So the album is coming.
Okay.
You just got to give me time
to
get it all the way to where it's supposed to be.
It's on the way.
Yes, it is
now,
on the way.
Now, you have mentioned your outfit in the video, right? And everybody knows that you have style.
Thank you.
What's 3 things you can't leave the house without?
Oh, man. 3 things I cannot leave the house without. Well, one thing is relatively obvious. You know, you rarely see me without my hat on. Gotta have a hat on. You know, be it a fitted, be it a beanie, be it a fedora. It's crazy. People feel like I wear fedoras all day long. No, that's not an all day long hat. No, that's an occasional hat. But yeah, I'm a fan of hats, you know, and it has nothing to do with the size of my head. I know I got a big ass head. It is what it is. I ain't tripping. It's a comfort zone thing. A fedora or a beanie or a baseball cap, a clean pair of shoes, be them sneakers, be them slip and slides, be them boots, whatever the case may be. They need to be clean.
So no scuffs, like.
I mean, you know, as the day progresses, you can't really control everything that happens. So you might get a scuff here and there, but for the most part, before I leave the house, I'm looking at my shoe like.
Do you have walls of shoes and sneakers?
Do.
I feel like it's just a room of.
Yes. My closet is a beautiful mess, a gorgeous chaos. The shoes, primarily shoes and hats, is the main makeup of my closet. And it's ridiculous and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
It really is. Because I have 2 feet and 1 head. Ain't no reason for me
to have that much stuff.
All these damn shoes and all these damn hats. It's nuts. But I don't really spend a whole lot of money on clothes. Like it just doesn't make any sense for me to go in the store and spend $5,000 on a shirt that I could literally maybe wear twice.
That part.
Before somebody call me, say that I'm whack for wearing the same shirt again. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Steve Jobs did that, and you know he obviously was making money.
That's Steve Jobs.
Exactly.
Get away with it. No. And last but not least, some kind of lip protection. You know, my lips are one of the biggest things on my face. So I got to make sure that, you know, that I ain't walking around crusty out this.
That's one of the things the ladies love most about
you.
You know that too, though, obviously.
Okay. I'm somewhat aware. You know? I don't pay attention to all that, but some of it.
You're pulling that LL.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and some cologne. I have to. My mama said.
You smell great. If you could smell what he smells like right now through the camera.
One of the smaller goals of the day is to not stink. It's one of the smaller ones.
I respect that.
Yeah, you gotta.
Especially because you know, men sometimes y'all let areas get a
little.
little.
Not me. I'm not that
dusty. Okay.
I listen. It's people out there that don't feel like I'm attractive, and that's cool, fine, and good. But one thing you'll never be able to say is that Neyo is musty. You'll never be able to say it. Never ever.
Well, speaking of that, being attractive and all of that, the last time we sat and talked, I think you were still married or
Yeah.
kind of going through that phase. And
Something like it, something like that.
yeah, we had talked about the pandemic and things like that. And then maybe a couple of months later, it just got crazy. And I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So obviously, you're a great multitasker.
Indeed.
Because to have
Renaissance.
multiple women, you've got to be a great multitasker.
You have to be a good multitasker. You have to be a great listener. You have to be patient. And these are three things that I kind of pride myself on.
Yes.
Like I am zen patient. I am very, very good at listening. I'm a better listener than I am a talker. That's one of the things I learned growing up in a house full of women.
Yeah.
That listening will get you way farther than talking. And yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Now, last I heard it was 3, but is it 4 now?
It's 4.
It's 4. So are you going to keep adding, or?
Yeah, I have 7 children and 4 girlfriends. I'm spread pretty thin right now. I think I'm gonna chill where I'm at. You know, I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at. You know, I won't say that this was planned. I didn't wake up one day and say, all right, I'm gonna go get 4 girlfriends. It didn't really happen like that. It just kind of, you can't help who you're attracted to, who you fall in love with.
For sure.
I can genuinely say that this is love. I am in love with these 4 women.
So you can be in love with more than one person.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, that's the age-old question that everybody asks. Like, can you love more than one person?
You know what? It's funny that people don't question certain things. Like, it's like you question everything else, but in certain things you don't question. I think Andre 3000 said it best when he said, "Nothing is forever, but what makes love the exception." Like, why does everything else has a limit on it? Everything else has you know conditions, but love doesn't. Like that. I don't buy into that. I don't feel like the rules and regulations that people put on love truly exist. Like, who are you to tell me how I'm supposed to love or who I can or can't love? Like, that don't make no sense. That literally contradicts what love is supposed to be.
Right.
If you could tell me that what I can and can't do with it, then is it truly an unconditional and free flowing thing?
Right.
You know what I mean? So no, I feel like you can love and be in love with as many people as your heart will allow. Now, my heart has 4 chambers, and all 4 of them are currently occupied. Yes.
I see. I mean, and do you have a king size bed? Like, are you
I
all
have an
sleeping in the
Alaskan
same?
king size bed.
Jeez.
An
So
Alaskan
everybody's
king is
in
like,
one
Alaskan king is like two California kings put
custom
together.
size.
Yes, it's custom. It's big, very, very big bed, and we all share the bed. Most times, I mean, sometimes, you know, some people. I have a few rooms in the crib, so you know, every now and then
Somebody want
somebody
their space. Okay.
Yeah, and that's understandable.
That can get hot.
It can get a little hot in every aspect of the word.
Like, do you
No,
like to cuddle, or do you you like to cuddle, or like you like, okay,
You know what?
I'm hot now.
We gonna cuddle strong for a good 15, 20 minutes, and then after that, I can't be held responsible for what my body does. If my body decide to push you off of me because I done got too hot, it's what happens, and they understand that. You know, they get it.
yeah,
Get it.
that 4 that's pretty expensive.
It could be if everything was on me. See, everything is not on me. I think that's another misconception that people have about this. These are not 4 kept women. I wrote Miss Independent. What makes you think that I would be with 4 bums? Come on, y'all. Like, let's apply some thought to this situation. These are women who have their own jobs, make their own money. Now, mind you, they ain't making the money that I'm making. Of course,
Right.
But I don't even need you to do that. I don't need you to match what I'm doing. I just need to know that you would if I needed you to. You know, and in the sense of spending and things like that, I am somewhat old-fashioned. If I invite everybody to dinner, don't you dare touch your purse. Don't do that. No. Don't you dare touch that door. Not a car door, not a door to a building. That's me. Let me do that. Don't touch the trash. Let me do that. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. But on the other side of the same card, if things suddenly went left and I couldn't do it, I need to know that you would get up and do it. I need to know that you could, that you were capable of getting up and doing it. And that's what these women are. They want me, but they don't need me, which is one of the key elements of the whole Miss Independent thing.
Yeah. And off camera, you had mentioned just honesty, and you're like, you feel like a lot of people are just not honest.
It's kind of sad, and mind you, this is not a holier than thou moment because I've definitely told my fair share of lies. Lord knows I have. It's a little upsetting how much time and energy and money that I wasted when I just really could have been honest from the beginning and saved all of that. This does not work without honesty. Much like any relationship, you can fake it only for so long. The real you is eventually going to find its way to the surface. Fellas, you're gonna get caught. Ladies, you're gonna get caught. Okay, that's just what it is. Fellas, you're probably gonna get caught first. It's just reality. They're a little smarter than us. Fellas, homeboy, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught. This is reality.
Y'all telling yourselves.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah,
because y'all like to, it's the ego and the pride.
We
Y'all like to keep
mistakes.
like pictures and souvenirs.
Man.
Like, yo, look at that. Like, what? Delete it. Delete the photos and the text.
Guilty as charged. Definitely guilty as charged. Yeah. Made some mistakes. But and on a more serious note, I hurt a lot of people with that whole situation. Not just my ex-wife. Like a lot of people got hurt behind me just not being honest. Not being honest with myself, not being honest with the people around me. And I made a decision in that moment that I never wanted to be responsible for somebody feeling like that ever again. So from there, I decided I'm just going to keep it 130,000% real about everything. You will never have to worry about not knowing what's going on with me, because I'm going to tell you, out my mouth, all killer, no filler, straight up, no sugarcoat, you will know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to keep it real, and I'm going to let you choose what it is you want to do. Right? And I feel like that's another misconception about this situation. I'm not forcing anybody to do anything.
Right.
I'm not manipulating anybody. I'm not there's no hidden agendas. I let everybody in this situation know exactly what it is. I rock with you. I like you a lot. I love you. But I also love her. And I also love her. And I also love her. So, here's your option. You can choose to stay, and we all rock together, and we have an amazing time. Or you can choose not to stay. No love lost. I ain't gonna fault you for it. You go your way, I go mine. It is what it is.
So everybody get like their own individual time with you too, or is it always a group thing?
Absolutely.
And what happens if you get in an argument with one? Is it a group chat, or is it kind of like, all right, you come back when you feeling
We normally
better?
try to resolve issues together, because it's not 4 women in a relationship with 1 man. It's 5 people in a relationship with each other. Right?
Oh, so everyone's
we are in a relationship.
partaking
Mind you,
in-
everybody's not intimate with everybody and all things like that, but everybody understands that that we are a unit. We are all in a relationship. It's not I got 4 girlfriends. No, this is 5 people that are in a relationship with each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like this might be a temporary phase for you?
I don't know.
Or is something you just like, I'm just doing, being
Listen.
present?
In the grand scheme of all things, in order to access the past, you got to go in here, right? In order to access the future, you got to go in here. The only thing that we genuinely and truly have is right now, this very moment.
Absolutely.
And it's fleeting, right?
Right.
Right. It's getting older and older as time moves. So I'm not focused on what might happen, because, I'm going to knock on some wood and by the grace of God, but you set an alarm every morning like you promised tomorrow. You're not.
Right.
We're not promised tomorrow. You might not get it. I might walk out of here and get hit by a damn bus. I don't know. So I'm not gonna focus on what's to come. I'm going to enjoy what's happening right now. God has blessed me with joy. I am not just happy. I am joyous right now.
Yeah.
I just spent. My kids was just out here with me. You know what I'm saying? I got to walk around Times Square with my kids. I have 4 beautiful women in my life that love the dirt under my damn fingernails, and then the same thing goes for them. My mama is taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody missing no meals no time soon. I have 0 complaint about my life. So to anybody that disapproves with my joy, with my happiness, again, that is your problem. And I've gotten really, really good at not letting other people's problems be my problem.
Yeah. A little bit of jealousy in there. There's a little bit of jealousy,
Okay, all right. Well,
you question things
out.
you don't understand because you don't have it, and it's fine.
But see, that's the thing. I am 100% an open book. If you want to know, ask me. I'll tell you. Again, nothing to hide. Brutally, painfully honest, which is why I can't focus on or worry about people that have decided to be ignorant about the situation. Like, you're going to just make something up. You're going to just, you're not even going to ask a question. You're going to just decide. That's evil. You're glorifying cheating. How am I glorifying cheating if I ain't lying to nobody? Exactly. I'm not cheating. This is not cheating. You're manipulating them girls. No, I'm not. Everybody knows exactly what it is. Everybody knows exactly what's going on, and everybody has chosen to be here. So what you talking about?
He said it's a safe space.
Safe
so
space.
It's a safe space.
1,000,000%.
You mentioned your kids too.
Yeah,
and
man.
I love that fatherhood. Do you find that you change your writing style because of you being a father, or is it you separated?
I separated to a degree. You know, my kids are getting old enough to be interested in music and writing their damn self. You know, my daughter is 14, and right under her is her brother. He's 13, and they're the two that have shown the most interest in music.
Nice.
And I can't so much. I can't. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't really hold back in regard to writing if I want them to be the kind of writer that I am. You know, so I tell them that no emotion is taboo. You know, what if you feel it, write it. Whatever it is, happy, sad, whatever the case may be. Emotions are not to be ignored. You're supposed to use emotions. The problem is people get overwhelmed by emotion, and then the emotion takes over. You're supposed to maintain control of your emotions and use them in the right settings. This is what I tell my kids. It's like that first response ain't always the best response. Okay, somebody step on your shoe and you get mad and you want to jump up and punch them in the face. That's not always the best way.
Right.
That might be what your mind said to do initially, but as a human being, as a civilized human being, you're supposed to stop in a moment, think about the consequence of what's going on, and then respond.
Right.
Respond with some intelligence. Do not be overwhelmed or overcome by emotion. You can control your response to something.
For sure.
And that's what I try to instill in them, just in regard to writing, in regard to just life, period.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they get in high school now, and
Good luck.
I tell them all the time, you're gonna get tried. People are gonna try you. You know, if for no other reason, they know your daddy famous, so you might get tried. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Make the right decisions.
Yeah. But telling them it's also okay to feel the emotions.
Of course.
Right? Because a lot of times people can make it seem like you can't feel those things, and obviously that's what causes the anxiety and so many people to just kind of lose it because they feel like they can't express those emotions.
I feel like that is the literal definition of toxic masculinity. Is, you know, telling boys that it's not okay to cry, that it's not okay to be sad, that it's not okay to be vulnerable sometimes. Like, you're supposed, again, emotions are, God gives you, everything God gives you, you're supposed to use for something. There's a reason for everything that God gives you, including your emotions. So no, you don't run from them. You embrace them. I got so much love from the world because all of a sudden people felt like I know how to write in the mind of a woman. No, I don't. I have no idea what women think. I write from a place of unfiltered and unafraid emotion. I'm not afraid to cry. I'm not afraid to say something that's sad. And my mama put that in me. She said, listen, if it hurts, cry. If it feels good, smile, and never be ashamed or afraid to do either one, because you have all of that for a reason.
Yeah, I love that. It does make the best music.
It does.
You know, because life has its ups and downs, and then sometimes we have situations that make us go left. And
come on, man, who the hell want to be tough all the time?
Right.
You know how exhausting that must be. Like,
Yeah.
I look at some people. There are some people in my life that you know are kind of still on that side of things, and I just look at them like, bro, ain't you tired? Like, aren't you exhausted? You mad all day, every day. Why? For what? Cats ain't gonna play me. All right, okay, I hear you, but damn, dude, like you gonna give yourself an aneurysm. What you gonna
For
do?
sure.
Like you gotta chill out, man. You gotta find a way to chill out.
That stuff, it shows up in your body too.
Oh, yeah.
It will definitely aid you.
Stress is a real thing. It manifests in your body physically, for real, for real. Negative energy is real. Like I said earlier, it takes energy to dislike. It takes energy to hate. Like, if you just experiment, just think about somebody that you don't so much care for right now, and just feel what happens in your body when you do that. When you be having a great day, and then you think about this person, you go, ugh.
Yep, mess up your whole day.
That's real. What just happened to you? And then on top of that, you just gave that person power over you.
Yep.
You was having a great day until you thought about that person, and now your day is shot. For what? Why would you give somebody that?
It's a choice, like you said earlier.
It is a choice. Every day you wake up, you have the option to move in a positive direction or a negative one. It's all on you. Your happiness is on you. Your despair is on you. It's the reality of it.
I love it. This conversation has been very enlightening,
Yeah, man.
and I love it for you. I love it for you. What's next for Neyo?
What's next? Well, we talked about the album. Album's definitely en route. Show Me is the current single. Make sure y'all check that out. Very sensual, very sexy record. You know, trying to get back to that realm of R&B.
I read the comments, and they were like, yes, back to real R&B.
Indeed,
And
indeed.
R&B is here, but it's just
Yeah.
a certain emotion I feel like gets invoked, like especially Money Long. Shout out to Money Long,
Yeah,
because
man.
they're like, oh, it's giving a 90s vibe, but as you can see how well those songs have
Oh, yeah,
done,
definitely.
that shows you that people still yearn for that kind of
Still want
music.
that.
Yeah.
I feel like people sometimes misunderstand or just lose sight of that music is supposed to make you feel something.
Yeah.
Like it's literally, it can be medicine. You could change your whole day. You could change your bad mood. Music can change beliefs. Like that's the power of music. But if we don't tap into those emotions, then it doesn't happen. It's like music is more than just a heavy 808 for you to smoke weed to. Like it goes deeper than that, y'all. I feel like, no knock to hip hop because I love hip hop, but I feel like when hip hop became the biggest genre of music there was, that's when everything kind of got a hip hop makeover, and then the R&B approach became a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
And mind you, I get it. I understand. I had folks to look up to. I had Boyz II Men. I had Joe. I had Brian McKnight and Drew Hill and Jodeci and all of that. Cats doing R&B now, they might have rappers to look up to. So of course they approach and their delivery is going to be a little more aggressive. I get it. I understand it. That does not mean that we're supposed to shy away from the things that made the genre great. And the things that make the genre great are emotion, unapologetic and unafraid emotion, vulnerability. You can be masculine and be vulnerable at the same time. Jodeci showed us that. Come on, man. There was
Baby,
no thuggier group
I will cry
than
for
Jodeci.
you. You got
These
me
cats,
fiending.
it was leather in the desert. It was machetes at the award show talking about, do you believe in love and the power that it gives? Come on, y'all. Like it, you can be. They can both exist in the same
For
space.
sure.
And I just feel like we got to get back to that. So, album's on the way. In the name of expanding on my portfolio, I just developed a golf clothing line. I fall in love with the game of golf. It is a beautiful game.
I see.
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful game. It's a game that requires patience. It's a game that requires poise, and it is a game where the clothes are weird, but they don't have to be. Not no more. Okay, Francis Olago is the name of the brand. We got everything from hats, clothes, shoes, bags. We got into hardware now. We're doing clubs and the whole nine. Olagosport.com is where you can go to check the line out. We're actually about to do our first annual celebrity golf tournament.
Let's go.
April 28th at the Eagles Landing Country Club in Atlanta, Georgia. Anybody that wants to participate, or if you just want to come and hang out, olagosport.com. All the information is there.
Do they have to know how to play?
No,
okay.
That's the thing. We accept all skill level. If you get out there and know what the hell you're doing, cool. You might be able to teach us something because I'm not good yet. If Top Golf is where it ends,
right?
All right, that's cool too.
That
Pull up. We're gonna have a good time. Yeah, I've only been playing roughly 9 months, which is not. I'm not good yet. Yet is the key word. Not yet. It's a game that you got to play for a little while before you can call yourself good.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm not good yet. No, I love the game.
Give it some time.
Again, patience.
You're pretty athletic, right? I mean,
I do what I do.
you bowl. I saw you were bowling.
I definitely bowl. Yeah,
You shoot hoops or
I'm
no?
1,000,000% a better bowler than I am a golfer. And yeah, I do play basketball. I mean, I ain't gonna. Your team ain't gonna win just cause I'm on it. Nothing like that. But I ain't gonna just take up space. I know what I'm doing a little bit. I'm not Chris Brown out this thing with it. Don't get that twisted. Shouts to the boy Chris.
Yeah, he could play. Yeah.
Chris can play. Like I don't think cats understand how good Chris is. Like that dude play for real. Like he can stop singing and go do that if you want to.
Wow.
He's that good. He really is.
Wow. Well, congratulations on the line. I'm loving the hat too, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to check it out. All right. And acting. Any more movies coming or?
Definitely got some small screen and big screen things on the horizon. I don't like to count chickens before they hatch.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say keep your eye on both the big screen and the small screen, and you might see a familiar face. Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Neyo.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And
for taking the
I
time.
wish you more success. Like, you are a legend, and kudos to you for still being in the game, doing what you do.
Indeed.
We
Appreciate
appreciate
the love,
you.
Mama.
Thank you, love. And thank you.